Coach Leo Haggerty with It Sports Magazine. Uh, Everybody talks about you not having Lawrence, but in the three games over the last 3 years where you gave up 30 or more points, two of them you didn't have number 47 the whole game. How important was it to have James in there for the entirety of this game?
Well, James is a terrific player. Probably the biggest thing that Jamie does is certainly he's very experienced as a fifth-year player, so he's been around the block a number of times. But he brings, the leadership component that's like having a quarterback on your defense. He thinks like us as a staff, from anticipation to communication. He's just so dialed in. He's always a step ahead. And so everybody will follow suit. You get young players out there, they're going to play like young guys sometimes, and certainly, fill the role that they're capable of filling. And again, James is, 3 years ago, he couldn't be that kind of leader. So, between him and, the steady force that Tyler brings inside and a few other guys that, but James there's no question, he kind of leads the charge, and from practice and meeting time and things of that nature. He's got a real presence to him. And again, I think, we're very young. Going into the year, he had 9 new starters. We played Wake Forest, and if you're doing things right as a unit, you're going to continue to get better, even though there's going to be some ebbs and flows of a season. So that maturation and that growth, man, it happens. And the best time that happens, sometimes it's kind of sour and it hurts, but it's through the adversity and through failure. And, we had a chance to win the game in regulation and did a lot of things that, we didn't help ourselves, and we spotted them 10 points as well. I think they had 23 until that last drive, the last time we played them. And so we have a perspective too. What are the things that we need to be better at? And particularly caging the quarterback and being just more precise, making layups, maybe that's leveraging coverage or tackling a guy on an underneath route on third and extra long, things of that nature. So we did a lot of the little things better, but it all starts up front. And, but we had our Jamie back as again, our alpha dog, and a guy that he's a really good player. He makes all the plays he's supposed to make, but he'll always make, help other guys make plays as well. And then he'll make a few plays. You're like, man, that's a great play. And those are plays that you don't really count on. But I'm super proud of him for, getting back a priority. He certainly didn't have to do that, didn't owe us anything, but see him, strain and, grind and go through the kind of pain he did, and to get back out on the field, man, super proud of him. And Tyler, Tyler as well. He's been snake bit this season, and just from an injury standpoint. So thought our guys dominated up front, and that's a very, very good offensive line. And I thought we did a great job of creating pressure and caging the quarterback and playing. We had some coverage sacks. I thought our positioning was really good against a very good team that plays with a lot of precision and really complemented, one another. We couldn't get off the field on third down last time we played them, and they rushed the ball with consistency, and we gave up explosive, runs. Certainly took a shot, they're the second play of the game, for 65 last time. So we did a better job of limiting explosive plays. I think 30 yards was the longest play of the night, and gave up a couple of third downs on that first drive. And then after that, really, dominated situational football, and just couldn't be more proud of this group of guys. What a challenging year, easily the most challenging year that any of us have ever been a part of. And so what these guys have gone through, and the stick-to-itness and the toughness, the resolve, the focus, the leadership, we wouldn't be playing football without these guys. They're the ones that made the decision that they wanted to play. And so just so thankful for, their endurance, their mindset. Normally you'd have whatever you have, a couple of weeks where you can kind of refocus and recalibrate and reload, and you don't have that. And so you got to kind of start right back over. But what a unique opportunity that we have, and in a very, very unique, challenging year. And so just thankful again for all of our players and their families that have supported them as well, and then our administration, leadership that they've shown to make all this possible as well.
Coach Venables, there's a question in the chat from Anna Hickey at 247 Sports. She asked, how special was the play of the defensive line tonight in containing Ian Book?
Yeah, it was everything. And it goes hand in hand. I thought those guys up front played terrific. Hats off to them for improving and getting better. And that's what you really have seen. Again, a bunch of young guys that have just gotten better since the last time we played. Just got better with fundamentals, better with understanding, better with using our hands and understanding this quarterback. This quarterback is really good, and one of the more difficult guys in the last few years to contain, and it has a tremendous amount of experience and very savvy, great pocket awareness, and tough to handle. So our guys up front, really, man, hats off to them. They were just outstanding and focused and challenged, and they really responded. And then, sometimes again, the quarterback's holding the ball because the coverage is really, really good as well. So again, I think we complemented each other and played really well, as a unit, up front and in both the run game and leveraging the football, and then certainly in coverage as well.
Hey, Brent, Lawton Swan, I know you haven't had a chance to watch the film, obviously, but that first quarter you give up 120 yards, but then hold them to just 70 yards over the next two quarters, really limiting their yards per carry and yards per play, I should say. Do you know really what changed, in your opinion, to make that happen for you guys?
Just getting settled into the game. And a lot of times you have a couple of weeks, there'll be a few new wrinkles, and, they work sometimes. And it just guys getting settled in. Notre Dame's a very precise football team, very efficient. They don't expose themselves much. They put themselves in a very good position to have success and to be able to play, in rhythm, and whether that's formationally, that's personnel, that's the routes. There's a reason, they are an undefeated team coming in here. And so I think some of that's them, and some of it's just us getting a little bit more settled in and being a little bit more precise, after that first whatever drive or so.
Brad from Clemson SI. Past 5 years, you've had 25 or more days probably to get ready for your next opponent going into the postseason and college football playoff semifinal. Not going to be the case this year. Any concern about that, and maybe kind of having to, get a little bit quicker in terms of getting ready for your next opponent?
Yeah, I mean, everybody does. Again, it's very fitting for being the most challenging year ever. And I was thinking about that, this morning. Just, I don't know. It feels like since spring break, I'll be honest. So we've had more time together. And if it's hard for us, you think about, again, we're adults, and, this is what we do for a living. Think about the young people involved, and just the challenges that they've had, the emotional challenges, not just of the pandemic, but of, all the social issues that have gone on. And but what I've seen at Clemson is the light couldn't be any brighter. And they're just, the young people that we have in that locker room are just absolutely amazing. And they talk about the cream rising to the top. Boy, they sure have. Through all this, again, strain and adversity, we've really we've been a bright spot. And again, just super proud of them. But yeah, man, it's a 15 rounder. And but our guys, man, just what we just told them is, man, just put everything you got in it. And one of a kind year, historic year, and a historic opportunity to continue to, to be playing and have a chance to win it all. So just very, very thankful for them.
Take one more for Coach.
Hey, Coach, I'll take it if nobody else is going to. Nolan's penalty, I know that hurts you guys going into the potential college football playoff game. Just his impact on this defense and what it'll mean to kind of have to play with him for at least the first half in your next game.
He's a great leader. He's the model of consistency. He is our back end Skowski from an execution and a precision. Things of that nature, but other guys will step up. He'll do a great job helping them get ready, and he'll be ready to play. And I told him we got to hold it down and give him an opportunity to have an impact. But I hate that for him. It stinks, and it's really unfortunate. And we've got some other good young players that'll be ready for their opportunity.